Hello everybody, I'm Eno. Today I'm going to read Audubon First Reading, The Inch Prince, retold by Russell Punter, illustrated by Matt Ward. Once upon a time there was a little old man and a little old woman. Their names were Mr. and Miss Ping. They lived in a tiny house by a river. Every day they weeded the plants in the vegetable plot. The beans looked beautiful, fed the animals in the field. The hens looked happy and watered the flowers in the garden. The lilies looked lovely. They had everything they wanted. Well, almost. I wish I had some children, said Miss Ping one morning. Only a teeny tiny child won't fit in our teeny house, said Mr. Ping sadly. But small things can be special too, said his wife. I wouldn't care if they were just 1 inch tall, she added. That moment a fairy flew by. She heard what Mr. and Miss Ping said. She noticed the lovely vegetables, happy animals, and tall flowers. These people are kind, thought the fairy. I'll be kind to them. She waved her wand and whispered some magic words. Jumping beans and flying fish, give these folk that dareless wish. Soon afterwards, Mr. and Mrs. Ping had a tiny, weeny boy. In fact, he was just 1 inch tall. Let's call him Ipsy Bushy, said Mr. Ping. That means 1 inch boy, or Ipsy for short, said her husband. Very short. Each year, Ping's vegetable grew better, the animals grew bigger, the flowers grew taller, but Ipsy stayed small. Ipsy was tiny. He had a bottle top for bathtub. He had a shoelace for a scarf. She had a pea for a ball. He had a button for dinner plate. He had a matchbox for a bed. Many years later, it was time for Ipsy to leave home. I'll get a job in the city. His parents gave him 3 presents for his journey. He had a rice bowl for a boat. He had a pair of chopsticks for oars. He had a needle for a sword. Ipsy set off down the river, between the tall mountains, past villages and wide woods and through towns until she reached the big city. I'll ask the emperor for a job, thought Ipsy. That's if I don't get squashed first. At last Ipsy reached the emperor's palace. 2 guards were marching up and down outside. I'd like a job, said Ipsy. You are teeny, said one guard. What can you do? I can run past you for a start, said Ipsy. Hey, where did you go? He jumped over the guard's foot and ran into the palace. The maid was washing clothes. I'd like a job, said Ipsy. You're weeny, said the maid. What can you do? I can run past you for a start, Ipsy said. Hey, where did he go? He jumped over the maid's soap and into the kitchen. The cook was making dinner. I'd like a job, said Ipsy. You're tiny, said the cook. What can you do? I can run past you for a start, Ipsy said. Hey, where did he go? He ran around the cook's oven and into the next room. Ipsy was in the throne room. He bowed to the emperor and the princess. I'd like a job, please, your majesty, said Ipsy. Would you indeed, said the emperor. He's tiny, whiny, daddy, said Prince Chi-Chi. What can he do? Well, I can pass your guards, your maid, and your cook to get here, said Ipsy. The emperor thought for a moment. You can look after Princess Chi-Chi, she said. But Daddy, moaned the princess, he's only 1 inch tall. Small things can be special too, said the Emperor. From then on, Ipsy never left the princess's side. He was there in the morning, he was there in the afternoon, he was there at night. One day, the princess left the place to visit her aunt. Ipsy went too. They came to a dark forest. I'm scared, said Princess Chi-Chi. I'll look after you, said Ipsy. What can you do, said the princess. Just then there was a terrifying roar. Rah! Help! The giant og crashed through the trees. He reached out to grab the princess. Put her down, said Ipsy. Or Al? You, said the og. What can you do? The og scooped up Ipsy and put it into his mouth. Love bit-sized snack. Ipsy thought quickly. He took his needle sword and picked the og's tongue. Take that! Ow! The og splat out Ipsy and ran off. That will teach him. Thank you, Ipsy. Look, said Ipsy. The og left his hammer behind. The princess tried to pick it up, but it was too heavy. Phew, it was heavier than it looks. I wish you were bigger, Ipsy, she said. Maybe you could lift it. A cloud of magical stars shoot out of the hammer and swept around Ipsy. Ipsy felt himself changing. He grew bigger and bigger and bigger. In seconds he was as big as the princess. I'm tall as you, said Ipsy. The hammer granted your wish. The princess fell in love with Ipsy, but not because he was tall. She loved him because he was brave. They got married and lived in a house next to the palace. The house was small, but Princess Ipsy and Princess Chi-Chi was happy. They both knew that small things can be special too. That's the end. I wish you liked the story, everybody. Goodbye.